Welcome everyone for today's video, and today I wanted to continue once again my miniature game series, and this one is episode number 12. And today I want to show to you a game which is created between Alekhine Alexander versus Robert Bornholz in one of the simultaneous exhibition in Manhattan. And this game played in the year 1929. So Alekhine, he was playing with the white pieces in this game, and he started with a move pawn to d4. There is d5, pawn to c4, pawn to c6. It's a Slav defense, or maybe in the future it can go for the semi-Slav. But after the move knight to f3, knight to f6, pawn to e3 he played. And here the opponent goes for the move bishop to f5. Of course, if you just see the top recommended move, it's kind of like a capture, maybe the bishop to g4, or maybe the move e6, or maybe the move a6. Okay, but bishop to f5 takes. So now it's going to transpose into the exchange variation of the semi-Slav. Knight to c3, and over here black made the first dubious move, or I will say inaccurate move, by playing the move knight b to d7. Now the thumb rule generally it is like over here, when this pawn is on c6, now the knight to b to d7, this move is justified. But when the square is available, then black should go for the move knight to c6 in this position. But knight b to d7, and here the top recommended move is like queen to b3 can be possible, or maybe knight to h4 just attacking on the bishop. But okay, Alekhine goes for the move knight to d5. Why players go like this one? See, generally in this simultaneous exhibitions, what happens, it's not playing by the top players. Okay, the player who is handling the black pieces, he's not a grandmaster, right? So when you will play line to line with any of the player, and you know that player is he knows the openings, then okay, it's fine. But when you're playing and you know that the player is not too much experienced, and you will change something in the move order, now the player is out of his preparation. And you will see this point. And after the move knight to e5, over here the top move is rook to c8 can be possible, pawn to a6 can be possible, pawn to g6 can be possible. And here he played the once again an inaccurate move, which is move pawn to p6. Okay, so basically Alekhine succeed in his goal, that now this player is out from his preparation. And here you can pause the video and find out the best move in this position what he played. The move is pawn to g4, attacking on the bishop, bishop to g6, pawn to h4. Now simple, just h5 and the bishop will be trapped. So h6 is the force move. Of course, he don't have anything to play. Knight takes g6, f takes g6. So now you will realize that a knight to e5 at the first glance, it looks wrong, okay, and maybe inaccurate move. Then now this move is justified because he succeed that his opponent just out from his preparation, and he made the mistake by playing the move pawn to e6. Bishop to d3. Simple move is attacking on the move on the square g6, king to f7. Once again, over here he can go for like a knight to b6, or maybe bishop to b4, but then the bishop takes a6. So king to g6, king to f7, queen to c2. Simple, just increasing the pressure on the g6. Now he is like, okay, no problem, I will just capturing it. Check. And here you can pause the video, and once again you can find the best move what we played. Now if you put this position on a computer will play the move f3, something he will recommend. But some other move he played, so Alekhine go for the second best move in this question. So you can pause the video and find out the best move what Alekhine played here. So the move what he played here, that is a move knight takes d5, e takes d5. The idea behind to sacrifice the knight is queen to f5. So finally the queen gets an entry on the f5 square. First is attacking on this knight as well as attacking this pawn also. So here he just made queen to f6, his terrible blunder. And after the move, queen takes d5. Here, black resign the game because he don't have any moves. Simple and the only move he has, that is a move queen to f7, or maybe he can go for the move queen to e6 also. And in both of the cases, that queen to e6, or if the queen moves to f7, so queen takes f7, it will be checkmate.